Good evening and welcome again, everyone, to the official coverage of Asrnz's 2023 GT3 series here for round three at the sunny Kyalami, the home of the Kyalami Salami. I'm Davo, and as always, I've got J-Man right beside me in the comms box. Mate, how you doing?
Mate, I'm great. How are you, David? Good to see you turn up as Davo tonight because there can only be one Davo.
That's me. That's me. Yes.
Yeah, but hey man, I'm pumped for this one. Kyalami, as you mentioned, round three. Uh, three, third round in, Davo sees this 50%. So we're halfway through the sprint championship here at season 2 ASRNZ 2023.
Yep.
Obviously a 12-round series, 6 sprints, 6 enduros. Man,
Oh,
perfect
that's
conditions this afternoon, this evening. We're going to see.
yeah. Six sprints, 6 enduros. We got custom skins. We've got teams points on offer this season, and we've got very minimal tyres for these boys to use each weekend. The boys are just starting to roll out for qualifying, J-Man, but let's just dissect the points
Yeah, we need to.
momentarily
Yeah,
so a couple of rounds, 2 races so far this season, a couple at Imola, and then again last week at Suzuka, J-Man.
yeah. So, like after 4 races and effectively 2 rounds, we're starting to get some good data through now. So,
We are.
obviously, top end of town for your pros. You've got Vic Chan on 119 points over Mark Mudgeway, 9 points back from that margin. John McDonald, Shane Flotado, Sam Carson, Nick McIndoe, Jordan Moss, Adam Falconer, Aaron Enright, and Brad Robinson make up the 10. And I just want to mention before we move on there that Aaron Enright marker there, the 96 car, that is a Pro-Am car in the 10. So currently running P9 in the championship ahead of the likes of Brad Robertson and Mitch Campbell, which is a big surprise, Davo. Moving on.
Absolutely, definitely
Uh,
nice work from Aaron there.
we see definitely more of the Pro-Am class through positions 12, 13, 14, 15, which is Jeff, Rusty, Vaughan, and Steve Melling through there, makes out the 15. Next Pro is Riley Price in 16th. Then we start seeing our AMs in class, and that is Big Rules leading the AM class at the moment over Phil Davis and Kenny Simpson, Damian Jones, who are actually both in the Pro-Am class, Mike King, Phil Turner, Bobby Laycock, Mitchell Cole, Lachlan Andrews, Steve Wilton, Warren Powell, Lucas R, Frank Zappa, and Brendan Rov, who we haven't seen those last 4 drivers actually turn up yet. So hopefully we see those guys on track at some point soon. But moving on from that, so that is your class categories there. I'd just like to touch as well on the team series because we have got the teams in effect this year. We have got some solo drivers and they don't get much mention, but they're out there doing a great job independently.
Absolutely.
However, in the team's points, we do have Shell V-Force. That's the likes of Steve Melling and co. in there at 115 points in the teams over the OES boys, which is Shane Fodado, Phil Davison, and Vic Chan. So in a couple of points back on 113 points. Then we have BC team number 1 on 112, so only 1 point back from OES there. BC Racing number 2, 109. 777 Orange, 107, 777 Black, 106, and Gear Grinders Racing, who predominantly, like those guys represent in the AM Pro Am class very, very well on 96 points. So that makes up the teams that we've got available. 7 teams vying for this championship this year, Davo.
Yeah, amazing there, actually, J-Man. Just as you rattle through the teams standings there, Team Shell V-Force on the top of the list. A couple of Pro-Ams, is it? And maybe 1 Pro in that team, doing really well. So
Yeah, so you're predominantly looking at the likes of your Pro-Am and Am. You've obviously got Bear Grylls, who's doing a great job for that team. Currently scored 54 points in the season. Currently leading that Am championship, and then I guess the way the point structures work with the teams, it's the best dressed as far as out of the 2 Pro-Ams there between Jarkus and Steve Melling, and Jark's doing a phenomenal job at Suzuka for that team
definitely.
last week.
Yep. Unable to make it at Imola, but yes, made a good showing at Suzuka, and this is the thing, and this is why the teams, the way the points are structured is so good, because you can still see these guys up the pointy end of the field.
So as we see, the guys have rolled out. First banker lap effectively is Mark Mudgway from the number 1 BC Racing team in the 21 car with a 42.3. That's a great lap. However, I suspect that is just a banker, and he will probably need to go faster, because we know, based on the laps we've seen during the week, the guys will comfortably do mid ones to low ones, I think, in these conditions. What are our conditions, Davo?
What are our conditions? We have a lovely sunny day here at Kyalami. It's 30 degrees, track temps 39. We must also welcome father and son team of Rob and Rise Penfold.
Robin Reese, yeah.
Is it Robin Reese? Yes.
Yeah,
Reese,
Robin Reese Penfold.
Sorry, yes, to the grid tonight. A couple of Aussies over here, father and son team. Awesome work, and hit some good times already. Those boys, unclassified, whether they're pro or pro-am. But just looking at those times, J-Man, as we just see Reese have a little bit of a spin in the black Lambo. But a couple of ring-ins there tonight, so awesome. Welcome aboard, boys.
Yeah, so late entry there is our very own Mitchie Campbell. Just turned up late, so 27 cars on the grid is a great showing halfway through the sprint series, Davo.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's fantastic. Out of, I think we did have numbers. There was originally 28 signed.
Yeah,
we've had a couple more, just over the last couple of weeks since we started the season. So so you got 30, 31 odd signed and 27 on track tonight. J-Man is awesome.
Yeah, no, I think it's justification about how good the racing here is at the moment.
For sure.
We just rolled through the classes, and there's if you're able and you can go out there and compete with the 333 car of Vic Chan, well, there's that option. And then also, right back to your AM class, we cater particularly well for all classes here. So as we see, Vic's punched out a 41.6 and he's about 4 tenths up. Mark Mudgway knocked back to P2 on a 1.7. Shane Fodderno on a 1.8. Adam Falconer on a 1.8. Good to see Adam Falconer, the 777 car there, up into 4th at the moment. Sam Carson on a 1.9, and then Jordan Moss on a 2.0. This is tight, Davo.
It is going to be tight. Fantastic track, Kyalami. Not a fan of it to drive, but to spectate it and commentate it, much love. It's always delivers. Again, fairly technical track. These guys will definitely be working for their money here tonight, J-Man, and beautiful weather for it too as well. So, nice track temps, and awesome stuff. Damien Jones there on camera at the moment, still coming to grips with that Ferrari.
Yeah, he's just pulled off there, and I guess if we see him escape with a minute 20 to go, that'll be it. That'll be done, because standard Asrnz rules here. If you escape back to pits, that's your qualifying over. If you want to go back, you've got to drive back. And, I'll just take this moment just to welcome our live viewers watching, and a special warm welcome to Matt Cook, aka Cookie. Good to see you tuning in, Cookie. We miss you, bud. Nonetheless, we are super happy to see you tuning into the entertainment here tonight, mate. I think these boys are going to put on a hell of a show for you guys. Yeah,
welcome aboard, Matt. Good to see you still watching, mate, even if you're not on track. So awesome stuff. Big field here tonight, mate. This is going to be a cracker.
Shane Fodderno to the top. Vic has to improve. He's got the numbers in the bank, but Shane Fodderno to the top.
Yeah,
and
nice
that
work.
BMW.
Yeah, no, we've talked about the BMW throughout the first couple of rounds, J-Man, how it just hasn't looked quite as quick. It's a testament to Shane's driving. He's really been on the defensive for the first two rounds.
I tell you what, this Lambo's got it.
We're watching that right now as he rounds the final corner. Puts him back up on the top. So, yeah, nice work from Shane to even put pressure on Vic there.
Yeah, this is going to be a hell of a battle for these boys.
Good close laps. Mudge away in third. He's in the pits. Falconer, Carson, Jordan Moss, Aaron Enright. McIndoe's still out. A little bit up his slip. And the Milo car down the chute here.
Yeah.
Very steep run down this hill here, isn't it, J-Man? And through this left-hander.
What does a 10th give him? 10th gives him one more place, maybe two.
Yeah, and I think it's actually, on my data, that 10th's disappeared, but it's back again. He's got the final little complex here, the Salami corner, the right-hander.
Cheetah, yes.
Yes, the cheetah corner. Really,
it's not going to be enough.
No, definitely not. So, who else have we got? John McDonald still out at the moment. He's not happy with his lap. He's pulled up. Mitch Campbell running down through.
Yeah, he's got a couple of 310s or easy, probably couple of 10s up his sleeve if he can finish off up at Cheetah Corner and then down through the final one.
Of Reese. Oh, and he's well wide.
Yeah, he cuts the corner. He's pulled out of it.
Tough stuff for Mitchie in 12th. Brad Robinson done well in 11th.
Yeah, you do. And you've got to go out to P11 to break the second barrier in the qualifying times, which tells you how tough that field is.
Doesn't it what? Yeah.
Key points there for me, Davo, looking at this qualifying session is the likes of Aaron Enright, the 96 car, currently in P7, and the Vaughan Martin car, the 776 777 racing car in P9. Both those guys are Pro-Am drivers and they are inside the 10 and ahead of the 27 car, the 979, the 4, the 775 and the 72.
Go figure. And like you just mentioned, there is under a second between bloody 1st and 10th there. I think you've got to go, what did you say, down to about wherever it is there before you find a full second. That's right, down to about 15th somewhere. So... Yeah, tight grid, J-Man. Tight field.
Very tight. Now, the format tonight, viewers, so the way that this one's scheduled is the forecast is looking good. However, the race format time tonight is unlike our normal times, 2-time scaled. It will be single time scaled, and this race will kick off, I believe, at around 5 o'clock. Which see these guys finishing at around 5:40, which will be right in the sunset. Race 2, they'll kick off at around 6 o'clock and be finishing at about 20 to 7, and that will see them really just going into dusk, Davo. Just that sun will be setting. They'll start in sunstrike and they'll finish just probably needing just to turn the headlights on.
Yeah, so it's definitely a lovely sunny afternoon here at Kyalami, and the two races run just a little bit later than each other, so it's going to be awesome. The boys, a little bit of an extra challenge. It's dropped the temperatures a little bit. We got down to about 28 degrees. They're going to start on ambient temperature with the track temp down about 5 degrees down to 34. So just probably not in a nice zone there, J-Man.
Yeah, so the talk of the series, obviously, this year, we've mixed it up here at Asrnz. These guys only have 3 sets of tyres to make effectively 2 qualifying sessions and 4 racing stints because there is a mandatory pit stop in both these 40s and they are required to change tyres. So there is very much the idea that they do have to reuse tyres here. Now, tyre dig's been a big scenario because obviously we had absolute screaming peaking conditions at and tyre dig was still well on the tip of everybody's tongue when it came to Suzuka with
wasn't it
how technical the track was. So however, with these later races and slightly lower temps, tyre dig isn't going to be as bad, but I suspect once we start interviewing drivers at the back end of tonight on the podium in race 2 especially, I'm gonna still think that maybe there's going to be a bit of a scenario there where the guys were running out of rubber, Davo.
Look, I expect so, Jay. It's been a bit of a common theme. Some cars better than others, you know, and there's horses for courses, you know, some are performing better on some tracks than others. It's a conundrum, you know, these boys are having to deal with from week to week at the moment, depending on what they're driving and where they're going with it. So
pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, awesome stuff actually. It's really been good for us to watch, and obviously for the spectators viewing it online. Yeah, look, anything can happen, and you can really tell the difference when these boys have run out of rubber and the times start changing. So it makes for some pretty exciting racing. So stay tuned, everyone.
I'll tell you what is going to be exciting, Dave, is the fact that Vic Chan, you know, we saw him a clear second ahead of everybody last week at Suzuka. But the mere fact that Shane Fodderdo qualified a 10th behind him in that qualifying session, and he's got good race pace. I've seen him, he was on earlier this week. I've seen him in the car. He looks comfy. The question is, can he go with Vic? I think he can. But I think the big one will be Mark Mudgway is going to have his hands full of Adam Falconer and Sam Carson for the better part of this race.
Oh, look, there's just so many battles. We just look down this field, a grid of 27 cars, and we've seen it last week. We saw the two AM drivers come across the line within a 1/10 of a second in the race one at Suzuka. The fight goes all the way through the field, J-Man, as these boys just run down the chute here. What a spectacle here at Kyalami, as we just start to see him grid up, J-Man.
And it starts here, doesn't it, Dave? You know,
does.
These guys have just been through briefing. They know the importance about car placement on these start procedures. They cannot be in front of the car they qualify behind. They are allowed an overlap. However, they need to get this procedure right. They already look pretty good from my view.
Yeah,
I mean,
tricky couple of corners just to navigate though, isn't it, mate? But they have a bit like Suzuka, they've got a little bit of run to the line to straighten themselves out and sort it out. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks everybody for joining us again here on a Thursday night for the official coverage of the Asrnz 2023 Back Pain GT3 series. We're about to go green here for round 3 at Kyalami. It's go, 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 OES boys.
Ooh, Shano with a good jump.
Shano with a good jump on the Lambo. On the outside though, J-Man, can he make it live out there? We've got Falconer and Mudgy just in behind. Sam Carson, 2x2x2. Mitch Campbell squeezed in between. I think that is
Vaughan Martin. Yep.
Vaughan Martin there. So
and maybe Reese Penfold, was it?
It might be Penfold and the Milo cars involved as well. The Lambo's round. Everybody ducking and weaving. The field gets through. Vic Chan, every dirty himself. Look at that field.
Mudgway hungry on Fodderdo too. After that, he senses that Shane's going to be ruffled from that.
Oh, for sure. That's a big shuffle. That's a big shuffle in the field, J-Man. So we've got to look back. Mitch Campbell moving quickly through the field here.
He is opportunist on this opening lap. He's tucked up in behind.
Now remember, he qualified in 12th, J-Man. So he's in 9th position already. Vic Chan being one of those. So he's got a couple of positions up his sleeve already. He
looks up the
down
inside.
Here on Vaughan Martin.
If he can, Vaughan's going to have rights to the right-hander, but that was a beautiful, really dominant show of the nose up into the left-hand hairpin at the top of the hill.
Down the chute. So plenty going on, but some really good, clean stuff, J-Man, as the boys really muscle their way around the first lap. We just stick with this Mitch Campbell here. He definitely wants another position out of there.
And he showed this in the in the ROC series that if he qualifies out of position or something happens, he definitely knows how to pass cars, this guy.
Yeah, he starts well, doesn't he?
He does. He does. He's a brilliant little racer. He's got great IQ out there. But in saying that, you know, it's a tough ask because we've seen the pace of Vaughan Martin during the week. I mean, Vaughan has stepped up. So.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. As we just see Shane now, lap one.
As we see, who was